to be on listen-only mode, and please mute on or turn off your device microphone. We will begin the call with the opening remark from our management, after which we will have the forum open for interactive question and answer session. I would now request our MD and CEO, sir, to make his opening remarks.
Good afternoon to all the ladies and gentlemen. Highlights of our business for financial year 25-26 first quarter. Global gross business of the bank stood at 27.19 trillion as on 30th June 2025, with yearly growth rate of 11.6%. Within the composition of this gross business, the global deposits stood at 15.89 trillion with a YOY growth rate of 12.9%, and global advances stood at 11.3 trillion with a YOY growth rate of 9.8%. The credit sluggishness which we have seen in this quarter against the guidelines which we had given, because of we all know that demand pickup happens from the Q2 onwards, and we have already sanctioned the credit line to the tune of around 1.3 lakh crore, which are yet to be disbursed. CD ratio of the bank is comfortable level at 7.09% as on 30th June 2025. The CASA share is 36.99%, that is 37% as on June 2025. And this year, we have opened 26,31,000 account in the first quarter itself under the CASA, and CASA accretion has happened to the tune of 4,686 crore. Our RAM advances stood at 6.11 trillion, which is around 56.6% of the domestic advances, and the share of RAM advances was 55.5% as on June 2024. If I touch upon the profitability of our bank for the first quarter of 25-26, the net interest income stood at 10,578 crore with a YOY growth of 1% for Q1FY26, despite the challenges of the reduction in the interest rate because of the 100 basis point cut in the repo rate. Our domestic NIM percentage is at 2.84% for the Q1 25-26, whereas the global NIM percentage stood at 2.70%. The operating profit for Q1 FY 2026 is 7,081 crore, which has improved from 6,581 crore for Q1, which is all-time high in our bank. Profit before tax of the bank for Q1 FY26 stands at 6,758 crore as against 5,269 crore in Q1 FY 2025, depicting YOY growth rate of 28.3%. However, net profit has reduced to 1,675 crore in Q1 2026 from the level of 3,251 crore in Q1 FY25 and rupees 4,567 crore in Q4 FY25 on account of shifting to the new tax regime and the one-time income tax provision made thereupon. Going forward, our net profit will reflect a healthy trend for improvement. Highlights of our efficiency ratio. As informed earlier, the net profits are lower in the quarter on account of one-time IT provision, income tax provision, based on switching to the new tax regime. As such, our efficiency ratios are not a true reflector in this particular quarter, and the same will improve from the Q2 onwards. The return on assets, despite having such a huge tax provision on account of migration to the new tax regime, is 0.37% for Q1 FY26, and the return on equity stood at 6.59% for Q1 FY26. Earning per share not annualized is 1.46 for Q1 FY26. Our tangible book value per share is 92.64 as on June 2025, which has increased from the level of 73.11 as on 30th June 2024 and 84.83 as on 31/3/2025. Highlights of our asset quality. Bank has done exceedingly well in the managing the NPAs and the stress level. As far as the asset quality is concerned, our GNPA ratio has reduced to 3.78% as on 30th June 2025 from 4.98% in June 24 and 3.95% in March 25. Similarly, the net NPA percentage, which was 0.60% in June 24, has improved to 0.38% in June 2025. We are on track to achieve our guidance for the GNPA ratio and net NPA ratio for 2026, which was below 3% under the GNPA and below 3.35% under the net NPA. Our PCR stands at 96.88% as on 30th June 2025, which is well above our guidance of more than 96% of FY26. The total fresh slippages during the Q1 FY26 was 1,886 crore as against the 3,001 crore in Q4 2025. Our guidance for slippages ratio was to remain below 1% in FY26, and we are well above this guidance. We are well within the guidance, and as on the first quarter, it remained at 0.71%. The total recovery stood at 3,356 crore for Q1 2026 as against the 3,249 crore in Q1 FY 2025. Our recovery continues to be more than the slippage, reflecting the improving asset quality. The credit cost stood at 0.14% for Q1 FY26, well within our guidance for credit cost, which is below 0.5% for current financial year. If I can talk about the underwriting of the asset quality, we have done one analysis in our bank, and from the 1st July 2022 to 30th June 2025, we have sanctioned around 11.34 trillion loans, out of which we have disbursed 9.84 trillion loans, and the outstanding in these loans as on 30th June 2025 is 7.18 trillion, which is close to 63% of our total outstanding of loan book. And the net NPA in this book is hardly 3,964 crore, which is only 0.4% of the disbursed amount under the fresh underwriting. Segment-wise breakup of our NPA in fresh underwriting is retail 0.38%, agri 0.59%, MSME 1.58%, and for corporate it is negligible at 0.01%. It speaks well about the underwriting which is happening in the bank. If I can talk about the capital, as far as the capital is concerned, our capital adequacy is 17.5% as on 30th June 2025 compared to 15.79% as on 30th June 2024 and 17.01% as on 31st March 2025. Our CET1 and Tier 1 and Tier 2 capital stands at 12.95%, 14.62% and Tier 2 2.88% as on 30th June 2025. Highlights of our digital penetration and what we have done in this particular quarter. The bank is continuously augmenting its digital base and focusing on the building digital capabilities under the domain of AI and ML and analytics-based business generation. The same is yielding tremendous results for the bank. The share of digital transaction has reached more than 95% for Q1 FY26 against 89% in Q1 FY25. Further, there is more than 100% increase in UPI transactions done through our mobile application, that is PNB mobile app. Number of WhatsApp banking users have gone by over 100% from 34 lakh as on 30th June 2024 to 69.7 lakh as on 30th June 2025. Our corporate mobile banking application launched on 18th September 2024 serves to more than 1.41 lakh customers with app rating of 4.1 on Play Store and 4.2 on Android. Sanctions under the Digi lending journeys has crossed 28,000 crore and every fifth loan is sanctioned in digital mode in our bank. We have onboarded 4.58 lakh CBDC customers and 74.71 lakh transactions done through CBDC app till 30th June 2025. Some other key initiatives undertaken recently includes our Gen AI chatbot, that is Bibhu, is already available on our website. IBS and PNB One. Further, various enhancements have been made in PNB One business mobile app. We are promoting the financial inclusion through the digital channel with our comprehensive DYSSJ journey, DG MSME loans, E-Mudra loans, PM Vishwakarma, and DG Surya Ghar, etc. To further the digital push, Bank is onboarding a system integrator for full-fledged Gen AI implementation. Further, we have planned to launch a unified solution to streamline our more than 100 digital journeys. We are also looking forward to revamp our IBS and mobile banking applications. If I can talk about the human resource, because that plays very, very important role in the journey of any organization. So our bank has adopted new age HR ecosystem driven by Project Udan. We are undertaking this project in two parts, namely digital PMS and capacity building. Under the digital PMS, KRAs of employees are being revamped to make them more business oriented and impact driven, ensuring a strong alignment with the strategic objectives and operational goals of the bank. Further, we have launched Udan mobile app for employees on both Android and iOS platforms to track their progress conveniently. Under capacity building, we are undertaking numerous steps involving leadership development programs, Gen AI learning chatbot, and comprehensive skill development program for employees. If I can conclude, the focus of the bank is on increasing CASA base in total deposits and RAM share in total advances. The same will help in improvement of NIM and profitability of the bank. Further, containment of slippages and robust recovery will remain the top priorities of the bank. With digital and HR transformation being undertaken by bank, will witness durable growth in business and profitability on a consistent basis. Balance sheet of the bank has strengthened. Bad assets of the bank have been reduced substantially and provisioning has increased. Bank will endeavor to increase its market share in both deposits and advances. Thank you very much. Myself and my entire top management team is here to answer your queries, any clarity or any clarifications which we require, and we are there to help you. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. We will now begin the question and answer session. Anyone who wishes to ask a question may raise their hand by clicking on the raised hand icon on your Webex panel. We will wait for the queue to line up. I request all to limit their question to two per participant. The first question is come from the line of PTI from Dipankarji. Dipankarji, please go ahead.
Sir, good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon, Deepakarji.
Sir, as you mentioned that the focus would remain on containing slippages and recovery. If you could give guidance for the current financial year, what is going to be the outlook for slippages and recovery?
See, we had given the guidance in the beginning of this financial year, and still we are holding that guidance. That is 16,000 crore of total recovery. And within that, we had also indicated that around 1,500 crore, the technical right of recovery will happen in every quarter. And against that 1,500 crore in this quarter itself, we have recovered 1,200 crore in the technical right of, and total recovery is 3,300 crore.
And sir, if I could also get a sense from you, since in the first quarter you have made a provision for switching to new tax regime, you have made huge provision, 5,000 plus crore.
Yes.
And which has brought down your bottom line.
Yeah.
Do you think that this 48% decline in bottom line will have overall impact on profit for FY26, and it can be lower than the previous financial year?
I think yes, you are right. Overall, if I see the net profit for the entire year, definitely I think we will be holding at the same level which we have done it for FY24-25. But the benefit of this is we have migrated to the low tax regime now. There is a new tax regime and old tax regime. There is a difference of almost 9.99%. So you can take it as a 10%. And with the operating profit of 7,000 crore, so every quarter from Q2 onwards, we are going to save 700 crore. And definitely that is going to improve my bottom line in the long run. And thereby my ROA and all the key ratios also is going to be improved now. And in fact, we had analyzed that this was the right time for do this, because the MAT benefit which we had utilized everything. So that has become zero now. So this was the right time for us to migrate to the new tax regime.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Thank you, Dipankarji. Now, I will request in the line of ET BFSI, Miss Srishti.
Afternoon, this is Shrishti Sharma. I report for ETBFSI. So my question is on the NIM first of all. NIM compression is an industry-wide phenomenon, and I want to understand what is PNB's strategy around low-cost deposit mobilization. You mentioned retaining CASA is your focus. And the next part of it will be: do you expect another rate cut from RBI? And the CRR cut that goes applicable from September, how much capital will this cut free for you in the second half of this fiscal? And the second question is on the corporate lending. Compared to other peers, I can see an uptick on a quarter-on-quarter basis on corporate lending, while the growth has been muted across the industry. What is your outlook on corporate lending? And you just made a comment how you want RAM to be a dominant share in your advances. So, what is the strategy around that, and your overall comments on corporate lending? These two.
Yeah, so first I will make the comment about the CASA, which you have asked. And as my opening remarks also, I have mentioned that we have opened more than 23 lakh accounts, and we have garnered more than 4,600 crore of the fresh CASA deposit. We have analyzed the entire CASA portfolio. There is a good growth in the SB individual because the CASA component is SB individual, SB institutional, and current account. And current account, again, the institutions and the proprietorship and all this there. The dip which is happening in the institutional CASA deposit. But overall, the SB individual is growing, YOY also, and the QOQ also. Like over March also, we have grown by around 2,500 crore under the SB individual. I'm very comfortable that SB individual is growing, and that gives a lot of comfort to us that initiative which the bank has taken on 12th of April 2025, when we have launched and revamped our entire CASA product, that is giving us very good result now. So we are going to build up a good CASA portfolio under the SB individual with our initiative which the bank has taken. Your next question was on the NIM. Yes, NIM will be a challenge when 100 basis point cut was there in the repo. Definitely when our 47% book is linked with the EBLR. So there is going to be impact, but you have seen that the impact which has happened in our bank is very, very muted. And overall, if I see that global NIM is 2.7%, domestic NIM is still we are holding at 2.84%. But this will get stabilized and it will start improving from the Q3 onwards. In fact, in the last con call also, I had shared that the impact of the improvement in the NIM will start happening from Q3 and Q4 onwards, because our deposits which we have taken for 1 year and 18 months period and a special deposit for 444 days, I think all those things will repriced now, and then the real impact will start happening. That I'm still expecting and hoping that the guidance which we have given, that 2.8 to 2.9% for 25-26, I think still we are holding that, and we will be able to have that NIM within that range now. Corporate lending, if I can share some figures, in fact, we have grown, but the way we were expecting that we will grow under the corporate, it has not happened. Double-digit growth we were expecting. But still, I can tell you that we have 43,000 crore of disbursement for the sanction, which we have made in the 24-25. And in this financial year also, the 48,000 crore which we have sanctioned, and that is going to be disbursed. So if I can add both these things, it comes to 91,000 crore, for which the sanctions are there and disbursements are in pipeline, and some disbursements have happened. There are many project loan which we have given. It will take some time for the disbursement, but it is already under our kitty now. And the new approval which we have given, that amount is 38,000 crore. So the entire business, if I can see under the corporate loan book, which is under the development at different stages, is 1,29,000 crore. And I am very hopeful that Q2, Q3, Q4, definitely majority of this portion will get disbursed now. And we are getting the good number of proposals under the corporate loan book. See what happens when we are going for the project financing, the entire amount doesn't get disbursed in one lot. So that is the reason there is a muted growth under the corporate sector. But I am very confident that the loan book which we are having and the leads which we are generating from the field, I think we will be able to maintain around 9 to 10% growth going forward in the corporate loan book also.
So you just said double digit is what you were expecting, but that did not happen. What's the reason behind?
That is the reason I told you that we have given the
Project.
sanction, yeah, corporate book, and we are still expecting that disbursement should happen. In fact, some disbursements have happened in the month of July, and the corporate loan book, which was there in the as on 30th June, now there has been some improvement in those book itself as on 30th means in the month of July itself. So there has been the growth is happening, but the way I was expecting that by June itself the double-digit growth will happen, that has not happened.
Okay. Sir, for the whole year, how much is the growth you're expecting in corporate loan book for
The
FY26?
overall credit growth which we have given the guidance is 11 to 12%. And in the corporate loan book, I'm expecting that at least a double-digit growth should happen in the corporate loan book also.
Okay, sir. Sir, I'd also asked about the CRR cut. How much capital, how much liquidity will it help you with?
Yes. Yeah, around 15,000 crore in the phase manner we are going to get out of this reduction in the CRR.
All right,
So,
sir. Thank you, sir.
thank you.
Thank you, Srishti. Next question is from ET, Mr. Dheeraj.
Good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon, Dheeraj.
You look very optimist on credit growth picking up. Where does this optimism come from, given the economic situation is still not very positive with key macro indicators like IIP and so on? And so where this optimism comes from, that first. And the second part is you are focusing on RAM, but the NPAs in MSME and agriculture are a bit on the higher side, if I'm not wrong. So if you can give guidance on both these indicators. Thank you.
Yeah, first is the overall the credit growth. If you see our segment-wise the growth which has happened, MSME we have grown at 17.5%, and the core retail that also grown by 17.7%. So and only the agriculture sector, there is a priority sector. If I can talk about the agri, that has grown by 12.2%. And the corporate loan book, which I have just shared, that we have 1,29,000 crore of loan book, which is already sanctioned, and disbursements are happening in the phase manner. So I am very hopeful that with all those things, and the initiative bank has taken, we have series of outreach program for the retail, agri, and MSME. In fact, on 11th of this month in July, we had Pan India Agri outreach activity. 17th of this month, we had the Retail Expo at Pan India, and all these activities which we are doing it at more than 200 centers. MSME, just 25th of this month, we have conducted the MSME outreach program at more than 221 MSME clusters. And all these outreach activity, the head office team, including MD, ED, CGM, GM, DGM, everybody is participating in all those centers. And that has brought a lot of vibration in the field now. In fact, the last activity which we did MSME on 25th of this month, we have generated a lead of more than 20,000 crore. So all those things, now my credit processing team is going to work, and we are going to find out the sanctions for these particular leads which we have generated in all these segments. So, and 1,29,000 crore already corporate loan book is there, for which the sanctions are already there in place. All those things put together, I am very hopeful that the lower rate interest rate regime, definitely people will come forward and they will avail those facilities from our bank.
And on NPA in MSME
NPA.
and
See,
NPA in
NPA,
MSME and agri.
I have shared one important the credit underwriting. The NPA, gross NPA, which you are seeing it on the slide. See, these are all the legacy agriculture and MSME gross NPAs are there. that agriculture 10%, 10.77, MSME 11.31%. These are all the legacy book. And we have not gone for the technical write-off, TW of these books now. We have 100% provision in many of these accounts, but still we are keeping it under the GNP itself. And that is the reason it is appearing as a higher percentage. But if I can see that trend which is there for the last 4 or 5 years, and the underwriting which has happened in during these 4 or 5 years, the MSME portfolio itself is behaving very, very well. And the fresh slippages in the incremental advances which we are doing it under the MSME sector is in the range of around 3.25%. So book is behaving well now. And now since the digital penetration is there and a lot of footprints are available for the credit underwriting, so overall, the standard of the book has behaved very well now, and I'm not seeing any challenge going forward to happen in the system now. If you see our quarter-to-quarter fresh slippages, again this quarter is only 1,800 crore. Last quarter, the March quarter was 3,100 crore, but in 24-25 also, all the quarters, if you see, it was in the range of around 1,800 to 2,000 crore. And this quarter also it is 1,800 crore, and going forward also the slippages will be in the range of around 1,800 to 2,000 crore. So it means that book is behaving well under all the segments.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Next question from Hindu Business Line, Mr. Shishir Sinha.
Yeah, am I audible, sir?
Yes, yes. Yeah. See, one thing is that all my CASA portfolio and CASA products we have revamped now. And today we have a special scheme, and 12th of April, that was our Founders Day, 12th of April 2025, bank has revamped the entire CASA product. Today we have the special scheme for the women, special scheme for the salaried, non-salaried, youth, even the military people, Agnivir, which are getting recruited, even for farmers, senior citizens. So for every segment, we have come out with a new product, and for every account, there is some value addition we have put it now. So with that, I can share some figures to you that on 12th of April, we have launched these schemes, and 12 lakh accounts have been added in this particular revamped scheme itself, and we have added more than 9,800 crore SB individual. So I am very bullish about these schemes which we have launched, and many states we have made the tie-up arrangement with the government departments for opening their salary accounts. So more and more focus is there on the CASA under the SB individual. Second, we are going to generate a lot of activities under the current account by generating the POS and handing over the POS machines to our current account holders, the QR code, because this was one activity which was not driven wholeheartedly. So this is one thing which we are going to drive it in a very, very big way, and so that our current account portfolio also should increase. So I am very hopeful that initiative which the bank has taken, with that there has to be some good growth under the SB individual and the current account.
So just an addition to that, what kind of growth you are expecting in the entire deposit portfolio for this fiscal, sir?
If you see our guidance, in the guidance which we have given, the deposit growth we are expecting to the tune of around 9 to 10% in our bank.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Next question from Financial Express, Sipra. Miss Sipra. Financial Express.
Sir, am I audible?
Yes, madam.
Good afternoon. This is Shipra from Financial Express. I had a couple of questions actually. One, the fresh slippages, if you could just give a breakdown of, I understand the slippages have gone down, but if you could just give a breakup of how, of where these slippages are coming from.
Yes. See, the fresh slippages, total it has happened to the tune of around 1,886 crore. Retail, it is 400, a specific number I will give you. Retail, it is 463 crore. Agriculture, it is 342 crore. And MSME, it is 966 crore. Corporate, very small figure is there. That is, I think, yeah, it is 21 crore under the corporate small book is there now.
Okay.
This all put together,
So,
it comes to 1,886 crore.
Okay. So the other thing I wanted to understand was when do you expect the corporate book to start picking up? I understand you have a lot of sanctions already in place, but
Yeah.
when do you see it picking up?
I'm expecting that the latter part of Q2, maybe September onwards, definitely this thing should pick up. And the sanction which is already done for the financial year last year and this year, I think majority of those disbursements should start happening from the September onwards.
So what is the ideal RAM portfolio that you're looking at? The ratio of RAM to overall
RAM,
portfolio?
RAM, we are looking for the entire year. We should, right now we are at 57 and 43%, 57% RAM and 43% the corporate book, which we are planning to increase it to 60 to 40.
Okay. And so any fundraising plans for the financial year?
No, not required. Already we are sufficient CRAR, 17.5%, and even the CET1 also more than 12.5%. So as of now, not required.
Okay, that's it from my side, sir. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you. Next question from Informist, Mr. Subham.
Hi, can you hear me, sir?
Yes, please.
So you just said you are not looking to raise funds. So you have a board approval to raise 8,000 crores in FY26. So are you saying you will not raise that 8,000 crore?
We have taken the board approval, and that approval is for 8,000 crore. Tier 1 is 4,000, and the tier 1 and tier 2 put together is 4,000 crore. There are some maturities and some payments are like happen in the third quarter of this financial year. And to supplement only, I think around 1,000 or 1,500 crore, we may go for that amount. But that also subject to where our level will be there and what interest rate and how the market behaves. But as of now, we are quite comfortable with our capital position.
Okay. And sir, I have one more question. So since June, you have only lowered MCLR by just 5 basis points. I know it's a monthly thing and you'll again look at it in August, but just what is happening on the MCLR front? Other external links are down sharply along with repo rate, but MCLR is not being lowered as much. Can you just explain what's happening on that side?
See, MCLR in our bank, we have reduced by 15 basis points. We are at 8.90 and we were at 9.05. Already 15 basis point in MCLR also we have reduced now.
Okay, so anything like, do you expect to reduce MCLR further going ahead?
We will have the ALCO meeting and then we will decide that what is the cost of deposit and there are various other factors are there. And then we'll take a call. But already 15 basis point we have met the reduction now.
Oh, thank you.
Thank you. Next question from Indian Business News, Banking News, Subrata Das. Subrata Das. Indian Banking News. Subrata Das. Next question is from Anytime News.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Oh, sorry, I couldn't. I have
Please,
unmuted. I'm Manju here.
Please, go ahead, madam.
So I just wanted to ask you, like you said that there is a sanction amount of 1,29,000 crore, which obviously you have carried forward from the last year to this year. Some of it this year also. What is happening on the corporate side? I mean, why are they not drawing? Why is there such a long lag? And what sort of projects are these? Are they road projects or any brownfield, greenfield? Could you just give a color on all that?
The 1,29,000 crore which I was talking about, these projects are under the road, HAM, power, in the power also renewable energy, there are a good number of proposals are there. There is good offtake is there on the advanced smart metering, which is happening in various states now. There also we have good number of sanctions. In which we are very
I
active
didn't
now.
hear that. Smart?
Advanced smart metering.
Smart metering, okay.
Yeah, that is happening in many of the states now. So there also we have taken a lot of exposure and a lot of sanctions are there. In which we are quite active. And the social infrastructure, CBG, I think all these areas we have got a lot of leads and a lot of sanctions. So it is not that one particular sector the bank has put focus. Yes, renewable energy is one of the champion sectors for the bank, and we are putting a lot of focus and a lot of activities are happening. But all other sectors also bank has taken the good sanctions.
What exactly is social infrastructure?
That is for the upliftment of the cleanliness drive and all, which is happening by the municipal corporations and all. So there also we have taken some exposures.
But overall, what do you see among the corporates? I mean, is there, are they cash flush? They don't need loans, or what is the situation like?
Yeah, to
Look
some
at other
extent,
sectors.
yes, the offtake which we were expecting, it is not happening to that extent. But now I am seeing that for the last 1 month, some activities are started happening, and the sanction book which is there, I think a lot of disbursements have started happening in the month of July. I'm expecting now from the Q2 onwards, definitely good disbursement should happen in the system, because now MCLRs are also reduced now, so we have also reduced by 15 basis point. All those things make impact for the corporates also to come forward and avail the facility.
And you also talked about repricing of your deposits. So what portion of your deposits are coming for repricing, and what would be the gain like?
See, our majority of the term deposits will get repriced from the Q2, almost end part of the Q2 onwards. And by Q3 and Q4, almost the 1 year deposit which we had taken and some special deposit scheme which we have taken, I think those things also will get priced. So real impact on the cost of deposit will start happening from Q3 onwards.
Okay. And the repo rate cut has also impacted the NII of the bank, because it has only grown 1% from the year before.
Yeah, it is a very, very muted impact is there on our book, because we have made some growth in the total portfolio, and the shifting which has happened from the corporate book side to the RAM side. When we have said some 21,000 crore of low yielding advances, otherwise our corporate book could have grown by 10 to 11%, but we have said some low yielding advances, and that has also improved our NII.
Okay, 21,000 crore of low yielding deposits, you have run it down. Okay.
Low yielding advances.
Advances, okay.
Yeah.
So that will also be the strategy going forward, no?
Definitely,
Like
madam.
low yielding.
Yes.
Okay. So all the very best to you.
Thank you, madam. I think we are putting a lot of focus on the operating profit, thereby reducing the dependency on the bulk and the CD and the low yielding advances. And that is the reason, first time in the PNB history, we have crossed 7,000 crore of operating profit in this quarter.
Okay. Congrats to you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Next question from Vama, Ms. Priti.
Sir, good afternoon.
Good afternoon, madam.
Sir, my question, I am Preeti from Vama. My question is about unsecured and secured loans. Out of total unsecured loans, can you kindly quantify how much education and personal loan is in favor of salaried families, and how much is gold loan about which PNB feels comfortably secure?
That educational loan here.
Sorry?
Just 1 minute, madam. We have unsecured, keep that. Unsecured. Yes. Unsecured personal loan, that is the outstanding is 23,000 crore. And there is hardly any slippages are there in that particular book, because all these loans have been given to the people whose salary directly come to our bank. That portfolio is 26,500 crore. Unsecured credit card outstanding is 4,400 crore.
Okay.
And our total the education loan portfolio is only 7,500 crore, And within that, unsecured portion will be somewhere. You have that figure? Unsecured. The total book itself is 7,500 crore. Maybe around 30 to 40% of that book will be the unsecured portion.
Okay, sir. Sir, representing payments.
I can give you that figure also. 4,400 crore. 4,600 crore is the education loan unsecured.
Okay. Sir, one more question. Representing women's organization, may I know the vision of success, your vision of succession planning in your bank and role of women in that leadership?
First time in our bank, we have a CGM in the rank of women.
Yes.
And in the GM promotion last time, the first rank was occupied by the women.
Good.
And 4 women have been promoted in the 25, means this financial year as a GM. And 4 women, they appeared and they were all deserving. And they have been elevated in the GM category now.
Good.
So in all the vertical, AGM, DGM and GM, there is a good representation is there. And we are initiating a lot of the measures to encourage the women to come forward and take the bigger responsibility.
Good. Okay. Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Follow-up question from ET BSFI, Ms. Srishti.
My another question is on co-lending. How active is PNB in this particular space, and if you could help with the book size? And also on credit cards, are you planning on accelerating yourself in the credit card market? Any capabilities that you're building upon? These two.
Yes. Total outstanding under the co-lending book for our bank is outstanding is only 850 crore. Very small book is there, and we are initiating a lot of steps, and definitely going forward, the quality co-lending book will be built up in our bank. We are putting focus, but it will be on the quality, and it depends upon the sourcing being done as per the guidelines and as per the rules and regulations of our bank. That is one condition which we have put, and that is the reason there is a muted growth is there in the co-lending space. But going forward, we are making the tie-up with the various NBFC, and this portfolio definitely going to increase. Second question was on
credit card market. Do you?
Yes. We have created a separate vertical this year headed by general manager. And we are seeing a lot of the interest in the credit card business in the entire country. We are going to accelerate this, and this is one of the agenda items for the bank for sourcing the non-interest income. So definitely going forward, you will find that PNB credit market credit card going to be one of the topmost credit card in the coming years now.
So, any issuance target that you have for FY26 in credit cards? Like how much?
Yeah, as of now, we have around 7 lakh credit cards, and we are expecting that by this year, we will cross a 10 lakh credit card.
Understood. Sir, also the co-lending book, any targets for FY26?
Target as such, we have not set up for this co-lending, but definitely the sector will definitely going to improve now.
Also, sir, any outlook on when can we expect the master direction on co-lending, the draft guidelines that came a few months ago from RBI?
I think let us wait now. RBI, once they give the master circular, then they collect all these directions from the stakeholders. And I think very shortly, we are expecting that direction will come.
So just one last point. Sourcing was the only barrier for you. You were strict about the sourcing being done as per PNB, and that's why the book has been slower in the segment, if I'm right about it.
Yes, absolutely right.
Yes, sir. Noted. Thank you for answering these.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Only one thing I would like to request everybody that this time, since we have made the one-time tax provision for migration from the old tax regime to the new tax regime, net profit has been subdued. But if you take our the PBT, it is 6,758 crore, which is quite high. YOY it is 28.3%. And going forward, definitely the migration to the new tax regime is going to help the bank also and to all the stakeholders. So thank you very much.
Thank you. On behalf of Punjab National Bank, I thank all of the participants for your gracious presence. You all are requested to disconnect the call now. Thank you.